Solo: A Star Wars Story is the worst thing I have ever seen. And I saw Paul Blart in Mall Cop 2 in the theater. I paid money to see Paul Blart in Mall Cop 2. Listen, I thought this movie was gonna suck. I always thought this movie was gonna suck. But I didn't think it was gonna suck that bad. This movie does nothing right. Watch this movie if you want to see what not to do in a Star Wars movie. First of all, when they said, we're gonna make a Han Solo movie, I thought, why? Nobody wants to see a Han Solo movie. We have enough of Han Solo. Listen, I love Han Solo, alright? He was my role model. He still is my role model. I love Harrison Ford. I love basically everything he's in. Don't worry about that. We're not gonna talk. He is he's single-handedly my favorite Star Wars character, but I don't want to see him anymore. When they announced Solo: A Star Wars Story, I thought, oh no. Oh, this is bad. You remember that video where I talked about how bad The Last Jedi was? Look at this, immediately after I was done filming.
May the Force be with you.
But if there's one thing that I know about Star Wars, the Han Solo movie is gonna suck. Let's just talk about the actual viewing experience, not even, the movie itself. Just watching the movie and being there. I got into the theater. I was there, the movie started at 3:40, we got in there at 3:40. So we expected, oh boy, this is opening day for a Star Wars movie, so we're gonna have trouble finding seats. There were literally 10 people in my theater. 10. Opening day for a Star Wars movie. There's nobody here. Where I live, basically every school is off. Nobody wanted to see this movie. When I went to buy the tickets, the person giving the tickets gave me and my friend Avengers tickets. We thought this was a mistake. No, he was trying to protect us. And you know what? We can blame that up to the marketing, because this movie didn't release its first commercial until the Super Bowl. When the first trailer for this movie came out, I saw it and went, oh, I hate this. I hate this a lot. And I was right. This movie sucks. This movie sucks. And you know why I knew this movie was gonna suck even before the trailer came out? The production hell that this movie has been through is incredible. This movie was originally going to be directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, the geniuses behind the Lego Movie and 21 and 22 Jump Street. When the Lego Movie was announced, I don't think a single person went, yeah, that's going to be good. But these two men made probably one of the best animated movies I've ever seen. Great filmmakers, great writers, hilarious people, and when I heard that they were going to be doing the Han Solo movie, I had some hope. And you know what? They were about 75% through shooting this. And then Kathleen Kennedy. And people complained that she was the reason why The Last Jedi failed? No. Because Kathleen Kennedy didn't do much. She let Rian Johnson have the reins on The Last Jedi. But in this movie, she did everything. This movie, you can blame her on. The Last Jedi, blame Rian Johnson. Han Solo, blame Kathleen Kennedy. She fired the two directors and then brought on Ron Howard. He's a great filmmaker, but it doesn't matter who they brought on. This movie was 75% of the way done. So then you have a brand new director already on there, and then you got, holy shit, I didn't even start on Han Solo. When you're recasting probably one of the most famous people in all of pop culture, you're gonna get a little bit of flack. When you recast that role, and it's this square-faced, stoned-ass man, oh boy, you're in for a ride. He doesn't look like Han Solo. He doesn't sound like Han Solo. He doesn't act like Han Solo. When I was watching the movie, I never thought, yeah, that's Han Solo. I said, no, that's Alden Ehrenreich. Fantastic impressionists like Jamie Costa, who funded his own Han Solo short film and did a fantastic job. And then you got this guy, Anthony Ingruber, who did, I think, an even better impression. Looks just like him, sounds just like him. And you know what? You might be thinking, well, maybe he wasn't an actor. Okay, maybe he's not an actor. Then give him an acting coach. And if you think, no, Alden Ehrenreich, he's a real actor. They had to bring in an acting coach. They had to stop production to bring in an acting coach for this guy. And when that didn't work, they just brought in Harrison Ford. And Harrison Ford couldn't even teach this guy how to be Han Solo. And you know what, before I saw this, I would think, you know what, this movie's probably gonna be bland and fine, but it's gonna be ruined by this guy. No. If anything, he's the best character. There are no characters in this movie. I'm sorry. Nothing makes any sense. They introduce like 30 different people. They all immediately die. And we're supposed to act like it's the most depressing thing ever. And we're so sad. And oh no, Tandy Newton. I knew you for 5 minutes. Let's get into the story. I don't even know what the plot of this movie is. It's not really a plot. It's kind of Han Solo's an asshole and stuff happens. And so we start off and we see Han Solo movie starts off, we see Han Solo in a car chase. And he's like zooming around, and then he sees the dragon lady from Game of Thrones, and they're like, oh, we love each other. And then they make out for a little bit, and then it's like, ooh, it's just, and then they get chased, and then they see this giant lizard lady that like comes out of the water, and then Han Solo tries to be like funny and quirky, and I think he made a bunch of jokes, but nobody laughed. I didn't even smile. This was my face throughout the entire movie. I was so bored during this movie. Nothing in this movie was entertaining, and not even visually interesting. Say what you want about The Last Jedi story, which at least it's there. At least there's something. But visually, The Last Jedi, I think, is the best looking Star Wars movie. It is a beautifully shot movie. You can tell that Rian Johnson really cared about how it looks. He didn't care about much else, but he definitely cared about how it looks. And the action is intense and exciting. That fight scene with the Praetorian Guards, even though it's in a Star Wars movie I don't like, I think it's probably my favorite fight scene in the entire Star Wars saga. This movie, the action sucks. It looks terrible. Nothing is interesting visually. For the first 30 minutes of the movie, I was squinting because the movie was so dark I couldn't see anything, and it looked like crap, and there weren't any colors, and it looked really, really, really bad. And then you got the fact that all the action is just, it's all shaky cam, and you know how I feel about shaky cam. I don't like shaky cam. You know, if you want to make an action scene more intense, you gotta shake the camera. More, goddammit. You don't know what's happening because nothing makes sense in this movie. When the action sequences start, I just tune out because I can't see anything. Because first of all, it's pitch black and it looks like it's being filmed by Michael J. Fox on roller skates. So then you got Han Solo and his girl Kira. Kira's how it's pronounced. Right, my bad. You got his girl Kira, and they're so in love, and they're gonna be together for... No, actually they're not. And then they get separated, and Han's like, no! And everyone in the audience is like, I don't care. I don't even know if this is my least favorite part of the movie. My least favorite part of the movie is the movie, actually. But Han Solo is signing up to be part of the Empire, and he goes up there and it's like, what's your name? Han. What are your people? I don't have any people. Han Solo.
You know the train that was in the snow? It really looks a lot like, you know, in Captain America when they're on the giant...
Oh, I was thinking that while watching the movie. Yeah, I was like, when's Bucky gonna fall off?
Yeah.
So I knew they were gonna probably have something where they're like, you know, they hand him his blaster, and then you see the Millennium Falcon, and then he says, you know, like, never tell me the odds. Jesus, I saw this, and I was ready to walk out of the theater. I've never walked out of a theater. I wanted to. I really wanted to. After they said that Han Solo line, I looked over to my friend, and we just kind of gave each other like. So then they have this whole World War I like battle scene, and then you have Tobias Beckett. That's what his name is. Tobias Beckett. What a dumb name. And then you got Tandy Newton, who I like. I actually really like Tandy Newton, and I was kind of excited for her. Here, look. She's the girl from Westworld. I don't know if you can. There we go. See, it's the maze from Westworld. It's a really good show. You guys should watch Westworld. Tune in Sundays on HBO. So that was something I was legitimately excited for, but she sucked in this. And I can't even say it's up to her, because she was definitely trying. And honestly, I think she was my favorite character for the 4 minutes that she was in the movie. And she tried, because she's a fantastic actress. But when she's in this movie, everybody just is bad. So then you have like them fighting and stuff, and then you got like this whole thing, and then Han Solo is just kind of being an asshole. And you know, like for Imperial troops, they kind of have free reign, you know? Like, weren't the stormtroopers supposed to fight your war? Whatever, who cares? So then Han Solo like tries to go to these guys, and it turns out that these guys are actually they're actually against the Empire. Ooh. And then Han Solo's like, yeah, I'll join you guys, like. Yeah, guys, I guess I'll join you, I guess, whatever. He's very high throughout this entire movie. He's stoned. So then they bring him to the Beast, and when they said, oh, you guys have a beast? I'm like, oh, it's gonna be Chewbacca. It's gonna be Chewbacca. And guess who it was? It was Chewbacca. So then they're like fighting Chewbacca, and Han Solo goes, it's like, I speak Wookiee. And then immediately Chewbacca's like, Oh, dope. All right, I'm your friend now. Let's break out. And he like tears down a pole or something. Like he couldn't just do that before. He never thought of that. So that's their whole relationship. That's why they're best friends. And they escape, and then Chewie and Han go on the spaceship with the people, and they never actually talk to them. Like you don't see him getting on the spaceship. You don't see him talking to Tobias Beckett and Tandy Newton and now like the four-arm monkey dude. The train sequence. And for this entire sequence, I was convinced that they edited it wrong. I thought this was the third act of the movie. Because then you have like Tandy Newton dying, and then you have Four Arms dying, and you're like, play this really sad music, and you're like, no, not Tandy Newton, not Four-Arm Monkey guy, I love them. It's like, you know, for 5 minutes, why are you trying to make this emotional death sequence happen? And they have a whole train fight, which is dumb, and like Inverness, and Circuit, the ginger chick, gets on the like they're fighting for it, and it's just like a CGI mess, and then it's like, Chewie, no, I don't want you to die, and it's like, we know he's not gonna die because he's in every single other Star Wars movie. And then you get to the party bus, the crazy. Every movie, every Star Wars movie tries to do the cantina scene. This one somehow does it worse than Canto Bight, because it's just mainly the singer. I don't even know what the song was. Totally off key, and it sounds like garbage, and I hate it. I hate this movie. It's so dumb. And they get on the ship, and then they find Kira, and it's like, oh, you were here the whole time. They see the vision. It's been 3 years. Oh, they have to get the uranium or the Colphilax. Cofix, hyperfuel. They meet Lando Calrissian at like this bar or whatever, played by Childish Gambino. And I love Childish Gambino. I hate him in this movie though. He's bad. Listen, I love Donald Glover. I really do. I loved him in Spider-Man. I love him in Atlanta. I love his comedy specials. Literally last week, I did a presentation in history class about his song, This Is America, and I got a 100%. Which is like the first day I've ever gotten in my life. And I love this guy, but I hate him in this. He's bad. And then the Millennium Falcon, and then he's cheating, and then they meet him, and it's like, whatever. And he's like, what do we have here? If you thought my acting for Billy D. Williams was bad, I'm better. I'm better than Childish Gambino is here. Then they go to the spice mines, and they're like slaves or whatever, and they get in, and who cares? And then you meet L3, who's like this empowered robot, the revolution, equality. There's the stupidest part of the movie where I face palmed. You know, like it's walking out and it's like, oh, what do you want? And she just goes, equality. What? So whatever. They go to the spice mines, and then they all get in there, and they're beating up people, and they free people, and there's this whole. It's just like. Actually, you know what? This scene basically describes the entire movie. It's a giant mess. They have this whole plan thing. Oh yeah, that's something that they never explain what their plan is, ever, at all. So you have no idea what the hell's going on. You have all these people running out, and Chewie's like knocking people completely in the dark. I don't know what's happening. And then L3 is like, revolution! And then L3 gets shot, and and Lando's like, no, not L3, no. And it's like the sad music, and he's like running in slow motion, grabbing her. It's like, come on, stay with me. And everyone's like, it's the robot that we met 5 minutes ago. We don't care. Vortex thing. And they're like flying through it, and there's like, I don't even remember what happens in this movie. So then there's like these giant space squids or whatever, and they find the space squids, and they're like, oh, space squids. The squids are getting sucked in, and they're like trying to fly away, and they got to put the uranium in the thing to get it to a planet to get it refined. This is like the dumbest plot. This is just such a dumb movie. And then they bring it to like this random ass planet. This is exactly how scenes progress, and I feel like I'm missing something. I'm missing talking about a scene, but I'm not, because this is how it works. So then they go to like get this stuff refined or whatever, and then they get it refined, and then the Turkiness comes, and they're like, oh, and she takes off her helmet, and it's a little ginger girl. She's like, my whole family was murdered, and Paul Bettany is bad, and everyone's like, okay, whatever, I don't. So then they're like, you know what? We're not going to give the Colaflax to I don't even know his name, to Bedlam, to Paul Bettany. They're actually going to give it to the Inverness, and they bring it to Paul Bettany. I need to act out this scene to correctly. Hey, Paul Bettany, it's me, Han Solo, and I got your Colaflax. Oh yes, my Colaflax. Bring it to me. Show it to me. Oh yeah, here, you can take it. This looks like fake stuff.
and I don't want to be convinced because I knew you were trying to double-cross me.
Wait, how did you know that I was trying to double-cross you?
Because Tobias double-crossed you.
Sorry, kid, I had to double-cross you. You double-crossed.
I double-crossed you when you were trying to double-cross Paul Bettany. Now you both have gotten double-crossed, and I was also double-crossed. But you would never double-cross me, Kira, right?
I would never double-cross.
Nobody would ever double-cross me.
Oh, but here's the thing, Paul Bettany.
What? Are you talking?
Yeah,
What?
I actually, this is all fake. We're actually giving it to the Inverness.
Yes, I know that. That's why you would double-cross me.
No. But we didn't actually give it to the Inverness. This is the real stuff.
The Inverness. Oh, they double-crossed us.
Double-crossed
them. But that means that's the real.
Yes, because the whole time Tobias was double-crossing you.
Sorry, Paul Bettany, end of the line. I better get you down. You're double-crossing me.
Double-crossing you.
Me too.
All right, well, I better double-cross you again, Han Solo. Not again.
Yes, me Paul Bettany wins.
Like, nah, just kidding. I'm gonna take the Colifax. Chewie, come with me. Chewie, you're double-crossing. All right, I'm gonna just take the Colifax and we'll be right out of here. Come on, let's just get double-crossed.
Aha, I'm here to double-cross you, Paul Bettany. Not if I double-cross you first with my knife.
Oh God! Pew, 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 pew.
I'ma kill you. I'ma come and kill you, Han Solo, me Paul Bettany.
Guys, please stop fighting. I better just hide. Me and Amelia like two baby dragons.
I'ma stab you.
Stab you. Pew, pew, pew.
All right, now it's time to kill you, Paul Bettany.
Now I can breathe, and now I'm the new person of Crimson Red. Haha, let me fly my ship away. Oh, who is that? Yes, it's me, Darth Maul. And look at my robot legs.
Let's check out these puppies. Robot legs.
We will rule the galaxy together,
Extended
Kira.
Star Wars universe. You ready for 50,000 sequels? Are you excited for all the sequels, Kira?
The extended universe.
50 million more Star Wars anthology series, and Darth Vader was a woman.
Tonight, finally feeling free and it feels so right. Oh, time to do the things I like. Gonna see a princess, everything's alright. Oh, no job but an answer to. Ain't a fixture in the palace zoo. No, and since the carbonite's off me, I'm living life now that I'm free. Yeah, told me get myself together. Now I got myself together. Now I made it through the weather. Better days are gonna get better. I'm so happy the carbonite is gone. I'm moving on. I'm so happy that it's over now. The pain is gone. I'm putting on my shades to cover up my eyes. I'm jumping in my ride. I'm heading out tonight. I'm solo. I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo. Solo. I'm picking up my blaster, putting it on my side. I'm jumping in my Falcon, whoopie on my side. I'm solo. I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo.